there and welcome to another Photoshop tutorial from IceFlow Studios, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to create flaming fire text just like you see in front of us. And to celebrate my upcoming 10,000th subscriber, we're going to be using the font 10,000. So here we go. This is what the outcome is going to look like. It looks pretty nice. So we're going to head back to the beginning here with a blank document with a black background. What we're going to do, we're going to grab our text tool right over here. Choose the font that you want. I'm going to choose Myriad Pro. Set it a nice big size, 160. I'm going to set the font color to white and type out what I want it to say. 10,000. There we go. Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to start off by blurring this text. And to do that, we're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. It's going to ask you if you want to rasterize the text. Click on OK. You can't blur it without rasterizing. And here is our Gaussian Blur dialog box. Now, depending on the size of your font will depend on how big or how small the Gaussian blur is. I'm going to enter a setting of around 4. It just gives a nice blur to the outside edges. And click OK. What we're going to do now, we're going to actually start shaping up our flames. And to do that, we're going to be using the smudge tool. So to find the smudge tool, go right over here in your tools palette and you'll see either one of these three. If you see the blur tool, hold down on this button and then click on the smudge tool. Now at the top, I'm going to choose a nice big brush, 50, make sure it's nice and soft, and the strength is going to be somewhere in the middle, somewhere around 50 to 70. And all you have to do now is start defining your flames, just like this. So click and drag and go around the text until you have nice flames, just like that. And you can make them as big as you want or as small as you want. It's all up to you. So I'm going to very quickly go around my text defining the shape of the fire and the flames, just like that. And when you're happy with the result, we're going to head on to the next step. And the next step is to actually start giving it some color. And we're going to do this using an adjustment layer so that later on we can always go back and change the color if we wanted to. And to do this, at the bottom of our layers palette, there's a button right here. It's half black, half white. If we click on that, and then we click on Color Balance, we're given our Color Balance dialog box. Now, in this dialog box, we can adjust a few things. The shadows, the midtones, and the highlights. We're going to adjust all three of them. We're going to start at the far left with the shadows. And what we're going to do, we're going to drag our top slider to the right a little bit, somewhere around 70. And the bottom slider is going to be -70. Now again, your personal preferences may vary the results. Next, we're going to head to midtones, which is going to be the exact same, somewhere around 70, and the bottom slider somewhere around -70. And for highlights, we're going to put, again, 70, and just a little bit around -20. And click OK. Now it's looking pretty nice. We're going to do a few more things. What we're going to do now, we're going to go back to our text tool. Now this time, making sure that the text is black, we're going to type the exact same thing, the same font, the same size. We're going to type 10,000 and place it right on top of our current layers, like that. And what we're going to do in the layers palette, we're going to go to click on where it says normal and set it to overlay, like that. And then we're going to double click on this layer to bring up our layer styles dialog box. We're going to give it a little bit of texture. Under pattern overlay, we're going to set the pattern to the clouds pattern. So it should be loaded with your default patterns right over there. Click on that and then set the blend mode to vivid light. This will just give your flames a little bit of texture, and click OK. And here is the final result. It looks really nice. You can choose to keep the pattern overlay or get rid of it depending on if you like the result. So there you go. There you have it. Nice flames texture on top of your text. Looks like your text is on fire. And that is it. Very, very simple method. It should work with any font, any words, anything you want. And again, if you want to adjust the color, you can just double click on the adjustment layer and adjust accordingly. So anyways, if you're looking for more tutorials, head over to tutcast.com. And until next time, this is Howard from IceFlow Studios. Take care.